Greetings everyone, it is Gryfer here. We are looking at a player replay submission from Bob778. He is on the APAC server. They are top tier. He has taken out the British Vanguard, a lovely premium battleship with 381mm guns. She has no other real utility, like there's no DFAA, Hydro, etc. She does have 5 heals as per Bob's captain, obviously with a few captain reworks there. Cunningham is on board. They are top tier on the map of Trident. In his div, he has a Songinator in Kagero and the wannabe cruiser from Moggy 2 in the Kiev. Top tier, CV, 4 battleships, 4 lovely cruisers and 3 destroyers per team. Could go either way here. Looks pretty interesting, and they are on domination. At least it's not epicenter. Though actually epicenter on this map is quite good. Enemy has a ranger, so DDs go ahead, and not much is really happening other than the ranger just brave choice to striking the Dutch cruiser that has some decent AA. Now opposing Bob, there is a North Carolina and a Kiev. Kiev is doing Kiev things of obviously, I don't know, generally when I play Kiev it will be heal Kiev, so that is no smoke, so you're running around at a bit of range and laying out a bit of fire. Bob has AP loaded with the 381s. And his first target is a lovely Trento. Come on down, Trento. Will it be your lucky day? RNGesus says no. The Trento luckily avoids any real damage there. The follow-up salvo does nothing either. So, as you can see, Moggy 2s are playing pretty well. He's not capping, he's sitting a couple Ks behind the CAG of Songinator. He's not torp reload, he's got the smoke going, but either way he can spot. And friendly Synop is interesting position behind an island. Nagato and Talon are slowly pushing down. No one's really committed to the middle cap thus far. The far flank you can see, the famous Christmas boat of 2020, the Makarov, Bliskowicz, West Virginia, and the Helena. This particular game for the green team, it feels more like nearly spot the premium boat anyway. Karachakulo has taken some damage. Good focus fire. And here we go, Bob's lining up the Trento again. He takes a little bit of fire. So 3 minutes in, not much damage dealt. Neither team's lost a vessel. That's actually pretty good considering, even though there's T6 CVs. So Charlie's still contested. Songinator, I'd be concerned, even though he's got a lot of backup. Minsk gets to Makarov. Well, go figure. First boat's down. I'd be concerned coming up against the Cossack. It's a good thing Moggy's there backing you up with his guns. It doesn't look like the Cossack has much support. 4 overpens. Bob, very unlucky there. The Trento is showing you all his lovely broadside and you're not capitalizing. Here we can see Song's torps going through the Cossack smoke. He would have been at the front. North Carolina on the opposing team, I thought he actually would be a little bit more aggressive, but he has hung back. Quick snapshot and Bob rejoices. Double Citadel on the Trento. The Trento smokes up as his response of, take that! You may take my citadels, but you will not take my vision. Trento's pretty much out of the game. Cossack stayed his welcome. He's had no real team backup. In all honesty, probably should have kited out, dropped his torps, and repositioned. Just sitting there, I think it's a waste of a DD. If you're not gunning down or taking out your opponent, you're not doing much. You're just delaying it. And with the numbers that the green team have, the minute he got spotted, he's going to eat easy damage just like that. He's only got a quarter of his health left. And he's going to be detected here by the CV, maybe even polished off. I see a torpedo. Now Vanguard's actually quite agile. I know you don't see that in that instance, but she can actually turn very well for a battleship. That is one of her good perks. Not bad salvo there, 6k. I'm sure Bob would have wanted more, but the damage is slowly racking up. The Minsk is doing well for the Reds. He's got his second kill. He's taken out the Bliskawika. So the West Virginia's on the run, Helena's on the run, and your Lowenhart is repositioning. It's actually been a good game. 6 minutes down. Green have lost 2 boats, but the Red team have 2 on life support. And a cap each. I'm really surprised at Kiev. Is he just trying to farm, or he potentially, even with 7k, got the Talon Raider, but he could have potentially taken that cap. Some nice shots there, getting the one overpen on the Kiev. Any damage helps. Bob spies a CV going rather slowly. He's been caught out by the looks of things. So Bob's on 42k of damage. Let's see if he touches the Ranger. Overpen and one pen, one sit. So that was a nice 17k increase in damage. Ranger's still lit, obviously, from the CAG. Bob's doing another Hail Mary. Looks like, yeah, they'll clear the mountains. How will they return? Not bad, 3 overpens, 1 sit. Another 15k. Would not complain about that. Their CV is hurting now. York's starting to turn out. The green team, unfortunately, are really being focused down hard here. They're balled into nearly their third of the map, and they're enveloped. You could actually say the Minsk is still being aggressive. Helena goes down. Sinop, Nagado, Vanguard, the Endracht is overextending, I would think, with the North Cal, Trento, and Karachakuli there. They got hurt boats, but you just haven't been able to finish anyone, and that's really, really going to hurt your team. Minsk is playing slow downs. Not a bad time. Bad time probably to slow down with the BB shooting at you. Yep. Bob gets his first kill, 79,000. Oh no, the Indirect went down the Talon. Those are losses. So you've only got your div mates. The Sinop, Nagado, and the CV. It's not looking good. Even Bob says that in the comments. He has lost faith. This is not looking good, he says. To be honest, I'd agree with you. So many people have seen blowouts like, oh, and just like that, Karachakuli goes down, and so does York. The York is down. So, 2 boats in quick succession. The Hipper here. This is a hard thing to teach opposition players. They probably think the game's theirs. They've got 1 cap. Well, they've only got 1 cap, but they had such a strong lead, and they just keep pushing. If I was the Hip, I probably would have tried to come up with an exit strategy, especially when Bob shoots here. I'll try and come up with the exit strategy. Now, you notice he staggers his shots. There is a Surrey. So still, when these shells go out, if I was the Hipper, I would be turning out. You don't know where their DDs are. Songinator gets the North Cal. There's a sit on the Surrey, lovely salvo. You want to be farming damage at this point. Bob's kiting out, so pushing into cross shots, because as you can see, he's got the Synop, he's got the Nagato, he's got the CV and the Vanguard, and it's him and the kiting out Surrey. It's not a battle in the long run. I think the Hipper can win. And we saw Bob get a Confederate. Another 5k on the Surrey. He's picking off the easy target here. Surrey's a little bit chunky and just trying to farm. Hipper's got a slower rate of fire. Bob's played this game since closed beta, so I am sure he's aware that the Hipper has 6-kilometer torpedoes, and obviously that's the Hipper's plan, to get close enough to use his torpedoes. I'm actually surprised he hasn't used AP at some of this juicy superstructure on the Vanguard. Surrey still keeps doing whatever he's kiting out. It's interesting. He could have done maybe just as well pushing in, nose in, and not taking as much damage. But as you can see, the Kiev in Moggy's trying to zone out Bravo Cap. The Trentos being played with by Songinator down there. It is looking rather grim for the Reds at this point. A lot of boats on red. Hipper's really split his focus. He's going for the CV now rather than... That's probably going to be his mistake. I think he could have done a lot more damage to the Vanguard than he did. I'm not sure. Now he's just going to give it all up. Up about. He could even... Oh yeah, good thing he didn't aim lower, but that's a dead... Oh, should have been a dead Vanguard. A ricochet. Not a dead Vanguard, a dead Hipper. And for whatever reason now... Yes, Bob gets him. He's a third kill. The Surrey and the Fuso have decided to push. I don't get it. Moggy's pretty low, so that's their focus. The enemy Kiev is low, but the enemy team have really thrown away a good ship advantage here. Another just under 4k, lovely one shell there. So Cunningham, 131,000. Bobby's judiciously using all his repair parties here, keeping his boat nice and healthy. And as I said earlier, Vanguard's actually quite agile, so he can turn in, as you saw there, and he didn't get pummeled in his superstructure up about from the Fuso. Good reload, under 24 seconds for a tier 8. Hopefully he can finish off the Surrey. Yes, another Citadel and high caliber. Bob is on a roll. Confederate high caliber. He's up to 4 kills. Fuso. Naked Fuso. You can imagine the other team just going, why do we have a BB at the back that is so healthy? I'm not sure if this was the play for the Fuso. When you look at his positioning, he's charging into a tier 8 BB and a CV that'll potentially strike him. The enemy has their Sinop and Nagato and Kiev and Kag sailing around. If I was the Fuso, I potentially would have turned south to try and hit the Sinop that just went down. And the Nagato, because chasing Bob into this position of the map, it really brings nothing for your team. If you got the kill, then you've got the CV. Still, it's going to take you forever to get back into the game. Nice salvos there. and with the turning radius of the Vanguard, Bob's going to avoid this island. Who reckons the Fuso is going to come around completely broadside? I'm putting my money on that. And you got to look at it. The game looked lost. The game looked lost 7-8 minutes ago. Bob had got their first kill. They were down 6 boats. The Nagado's got the Nagado. It looked absolutely dire. Lovely strike there, big strike, 183. Let's have a quick look. Between their div, 9 kills. The Kiev and the Nagado, not their div. Sorry, Nagado's got a kill. But between the div, 8 kills. Only the Nagado on their team has got a kill. Aiming right at that front, trying to get the sits under those turrets. There are big holes. Gets a cheeky fire. Fuso's trying to heal through it. And there goes Salvani, gets it, and he gets his Kraken, and Moggy in the Kiev gets the Kiev. So have a look at that. Everyone in the div has got a kill. 10 kills between the division. Nagado. You denied the Songinator potential double Kraken. GGs are coming out. GGs are coming out. Now it's just 198,000. Absolutely massive, massive game. And that is Admiral Hipper in chat going, my teammates. But sometimes it's not about your teammates. Sometimes it's about your own play. Bob could have pushed in with the BBs, but he came back to defend the CV to stop this push across the map like the enemy did. He had 3 boats. Their boats that probably should have stayed at range, or the Fuso. They should have done something then push in, because now they're 2 caps down to 1 for the Reds. The Reds have no real hope. They threw away their boats, in my opinion, considering how many boats they had. Didn't see how the vessels in the bottom right corner went down. Oh no, the CV comes up. The Ranger that Bob lovingly caressed earlier has come back for more. Here come the lovely AP shells. Oh, nice 3,800. Bob gets a sizzle and he gets 6 kills. 6 kills. Let's have a look at the end game here for Bob in the Vanguard. 211,000 damage. They were top tier, I'll grant you that, but 94 shells hit. 8 planes, so we didn't focus him that much, except the one time. 3 incapacitations, 6 destroyed vessels. So Bob alone has taken out half of the enemy team. Only 1 fire. He did not use HE, if you notice that, with the Vanguard being top tier, and even against the battleships, he always kept his AP going. 7 Citadels, some squishy targets, a couple secondaries, but he got Confederate, he got High Caliber, he got Dreadnought, Fireproof, and a Kraken. Let's see the end XP here. Just shy of 3,000, 2,937. Songinator into Kagero, 1,000, nearly 1,000 base XP behind, and he was on 4 kills. 1972. Moggy comes in 4th in a very respectable 1,630 base XP with the 1 kill. If the Nagado didn't get that kill, if it was somehow Songinator, could have been 2 Kraken, but that was a hard carry, gentlemen. A very hard carry. You lifted your team from the depths there. It was a really, really good game. I must say thank you to Bob for sending in this replay. If you have enjoyed this content, please click subscribe in YouTube or follow me on Twitch with the descriptions down in the details. Stay safe out there in the world, and I'll catch you out there sometime.